And welcome back aboard the night bus. Magical transport for the stranded witch, wizard, or muggle. I'm Corey.
And I'm Jamie.
And we are back talking more Doctor Who on the lead up to the new season, which I have grown slightly more excited for, by the way, because I found out some stuff.
You're looking at me like you want my opinion, so I saw a clip or two, and
I wasn't talking about that, actually, but go ahead.
I wouldn't say my enthusiasm's up a whole lot.
Mine wasn't because of anything I saw. It's because of something I read.
Oh.
They may or may not be bringing back a certain writer for an episode.
Ah. Well, I got excited. Well, we'll go into that another time, but...
Yeah, I mean, we know Russell T. Davies is running the show, but...
Yeah, I got excited.
And everybody got excited for that.
I saw that false flag already, so...
Well, Russell T. Davies is Russell T. Davies. He, like I said, in my opinion, he was not the best writer on Doctor Who anyway. I've always...
You know, there was a time I thought maybe he was, but I not taking anything away from some of the scripts that he did. They were, very good. Maybe not the writer that I thought he was. I don't know.
See, I'm not basing any of my opinions on any of the new Who. I'm literally just going based off the old Who I've already watched. I like Stephen Moffat better. Russell Davies was great, but I like Stephen Moffat better. And Stephen Moffat he wrote episode 3 for this new season, which, by the way, is literally considered season 1. They're basically doing like another kind of reboot like they did with Eccleston.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that too.
Which I'm kind of happy about. That means, this is not supposed to be your same Who. It's going to be different. It's not going to be as good. But again, I'm excited because episode 3 was written by Stephen Moffat.
Well,
and apparently in episode 3, now this is the part that's like, what? He wrote the episode. Apparently the Doctor spends like 95% of the episode standing on a landmine because he stepped on the landmine and he can't move because they don't want to trigger it. So I don't know how the episode goes, but apparently for like 95% of the episode he is stuck standing on that landmine.
Interesting.
So I don't know.
Oh, throwing a little bit back to Russell T. Davies though, and Stephen Moffat. If you go back and throughout the new Who run, we'll just stick with that.
Mm-hmm. From
2005 up to the end of Matt Smith's run, some of the very best episodes were co-written by Russell T. Davies and Stephen Moffat. You get them together, and you get your best stories.
Oh yeah. I don't know. When I compare just the solo written, because I agree with you. When they do stories together, they're the best, by far the best.
If you go back and look at the credits on the best episodes, they'll be co-written by the two of them.
Well, it's always Doctor Who is one of the few shows that I always watch the intro. I never skip the intro because I just love, and each Doctor has his own little intro of the
it changes slightly from season to season, or from Doctor to Doctor.
Exactly. It's not, although it does make slight changes season to season.
Well, yeah.
Because Matt Smith does not have the same one throughout his 3 seasons as Doctor Who. It changes slightly.
Yeah, the overall theme is the same. But yeah, it does change slightly from season to season.
Yeah, and
more so from Doctor to Doctor.
Right, that's when they get the big changes.
Speaking of which, for anyone not familiar with the Doctor Who lore, the Time Lords have a way of basically cheating death.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for that goes back to the writing and the original filming. And it was a way to change the actors up and keep the show going without necessarily... Because, it goes all the way back to Hartnell, who was the original Doctor, and his health was getting very bad.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to leave the show, but they didn't want to stop the show. So they worked out a way to keep the show going, but keep the character the same. So the Time Lords, at the end of their lifespan, or if they're injured and they're dying, they can regenerate into a new body and start a new lifespan. And that's how you end up with, 15 different actors playing the same man?
Yep, we're on the 15th Doctor now. Yep. I mean, that was genius by whoever made that decision.
Well, yeah, they didn't want to end the show, but Hartnell had to step away for his health.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't going to be able to keep doing it. So they found an ingenious way inside the story to keep the show going.
Yeah, I mean, that's genius.
And it had lasted up until, well, now we have the 15th Doctor coming around.
Yeah.
But second run from 2005, of course, we went over Eccleston in the last show. And now you have, at the end of Eccleston's runs, due to, choices made by the Doctor, had to sacrifice himself to
save Rose.
Yep,
he had to take in the whole of the time stream, which nobody's supposed to do.
Nope, which damaged him beyond repair, so he had to regenerate. And now we have Dave Tennant coming in to take over the lead role.
Yeah. Talk about a change.
And you get that throughout. I mean,
oh yeah, that every time they get a new Doctor, it's like very, very different.
Always.
And it takes you a few episodes to get used to a new Doctor.
Definitely. Yeah, because if you're a real fan of the one before, you just don't want to switch over, and you always nitpick that one.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes you get over that. Sometimes you don't.
Yeah. Trust me, Matt Smith is my Doctor. When David Tennant first regenerated into Matt Smith, the first 2 or 3 episodes, which now are some of my favorite episodes of Matt Smith.
Always questionable.
But at first, I was like, I don't know. This Doctor's kind of goofy. I don't know about this. So, yeah, that's kind of how it goes.
So there's always that initial, I don't like this guy.
But, yeah. And like I said, when you rewatch, normally, if you end up liking the Doctor, when you rewatch, the first episode is normally one of their best ones. It's the same, with Tennant, his first episode, which is a Christmas special. He's not in it actually a whole lot, but when he comes in it at the end, it's just great. It's a great scene at the end when he gets his hand cut off and it grows back because he's still within the first 15 hours of his regeneration, and he goes, "This new hand, it's a fighting hand." That was a great scene.
Oh yeah, yeah. In the original run from 63 up to 89, I think when it ended, and there was that little space in between before they restarted the show.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely probably the face that comes to your mind when you hear Doctor Who from the originals is Tom Baker. He was the Doctor for a crazy 8 seasons.
Jesus.
From the pickup, in at least, in almost everybody's opinion. But and with Matt Smith, it walks a fine line. But really, when you think of New Who, the face you see is David Tennant.
It is.
He owns the Doctor's role. It is.
I mean, Matt Smith is my Doctor, but when somebody just says Doctor Who and you think of the Doctor, the first picture you think of is David Tennant.
Now, funny thing about that, David Tennant was the Doctor for 3 seasons before Matt Smith come along. And during interviews, he basically said at the end of the 3rd season, he says, I'm stepping away from it because if I don't now, I never will. And, he may have actually never stepped away from it, really.
Don't know if that would have been good or bad. Don't know if that would have been good or bad.
Oh, well, like I said, he became the face of Doctor Who, and that is pretty much, that's the image you get. Taking nothing away from Matt Smith, it's like I've said before, I walk a fine line on which one is the better, and it's really close.
Oh, it is. It is. In my opinion, if I was to go back and rewatch all of Tennant's Run, I've been slowly rewatching episodes from Tennant's Run, but if I was to rewatch all of them again, it may change my opinion, and I'd be on here saying, yeah, Tennant's my Doctor. But it's just like I said, they're both so good. It's just.
But
as long as you say either one of them is your favorite Doctor, we're cool. If you say anybody else, and I'm probably going to disagree with you.
Probably not. I'm not taking anything away from Christopher Eccleston.
He was good, but it was too short.
He had 1 season run. That was it. So you don't have as much to compare to.
Right.
And just the overall, there was just apparently from what all the reports are, there was just discord on the set is why he left, and but a great job he did with it. But back to David Tennant, like I said, took it over at the end of 2005, and owned it for the next 3 seasons.
Oh, yeah. Brought it into stardom. That way when Matt Smith did show up, he actually had some budget to work with.
Mm-hmm.
They,
during Tennant's runs, when it really took off and become popular in the States, it went wild.
Mm-hmm.
You had you could walk into the malls, department stores. There was merch all over the place. I'm trying to think of some of the. You had FYI, whatever. They had whole sections of Doctor Who merchandise.
FYE.
FYE had just whole sections of merchandise. It's all over. The internet was really at that time just taking what
off.
It is today. It was morphing into what it is now.
Yeah.
And you had Doctor Who all over pop culture. It took off worldwide at that time, and lasted through Matt Smith's run. Yeah.
And even into the other runs, but that's when it started.
The Capaldi's as
when it started going down the hill.
True, and
like I was talking about yesterday.
Just the times that did it.
It's a little bit of everything.
Times change and popularity of things change.
Yeah, eventually you get wore out on something. No matter how good it is, eventually you're gonna get wore out on it.
They take it, and maybe that's what happened from '89 to 2005. Is just they needed that
break.
It was getting stale, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
They just needed that time to reboot. And I don't know, maybe. Well, we'll see with the upcoming season. But again,
they didn't have a whole lot of time to reboot this, but they had enough, and I believe enough people kind of quit watching that. We'll see. But Tennant. As I was saying yesterday, don't know if we can get through all of Tennant's run in one 30 to 40 minute episode of a podcast, because he's got so many good episodes in those 3 seasons. It's just the amount of just good episode after good episode after good episode, or I should say great episode after great episode, is unreal. You just have so many episodes here. When, like me, who's already watched it, I just rewatch them. When I'm going through, like, what episode do I want to rewatch? I'm like, well, that's a good one. That's a good one. And eventually I get to the point where I'm like, well, I just said every single episode in the season was a good one. So which one do I want to watch? So I guess we'll.
Maybe a whole lot of Tennant's deal was just the way he played not played with the companions, but played off of the companions. The chemistry they had.
And he had a lot of companions.
True.
He had a lot of companions. He had a lot of would-be companions. He got around. Compared to, like, Matt Smith, who only had 2 companions. Well, I mean, technically his companions had companions, but he only had, like, 2 companions. So he had some friends. But David Tennant had a boatload of companions and friends.
We pick up right into season 1, Tennant's first season as the Doctor. We pick up right with Rose, still carrying over from Eccleston's run.
A little, confused and worried at first that the Doctor's not the Doctor anymore.
But apparently she didn't have a problem with that for very long.
No.
And Tennant's Doctor is definitely the ladies' man, the man's man,
definitely. It's not even close to him and Eccleston.
Yeah. Eccleston was more the brooding, kind of almost a loner.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very much.
And Tennant was very different in personality from Eccleston.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the strange thing with Doctor Who is you've always got to keep in mind you've got the same man, but the personality changes along with the body.
Yep. Yeah, when Tennant first, reincarnates into that body, Rose says something, and he says something just snarky, just snaps right back to her, and he goes, "What? Oh, no. Am I rude now?"
So the personality changes along, and of course that has to come with the actor, because no actor can play the exact same role as the man before him.
No.
And that's a whole lot of the appeal is you're gonna get, so it doesn't always work, but you've got a whole different thing happening with the changing of the Doctor. So he's different but the same. And they go into that a lot in the show, that explains it along the way.
Oh yeah, it's a big thing when it goes from Matt Smith to Capaldi.
Yes,
because Clara takes it really hard, which I don't blame her. I mean, you go from Matt Smith to friggin' Peter Capaldi. Good God,
well,
I feel so bad for Clara.
Yeah, in Capaldi's defense, maybe the writing had a lot to do with that, because you begin to see that at the end of Smith's run. Honestly,
you say
somewhat.
that, you got to think the end of his run was the 50th anniversary.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that one.
Those three
that'll
episodes,
get a special mention toward the end of the week for sure.
Yeah, those 3 episodes are amazing, but yeah, we can't get to those yet. But Tennant's first season, we've been over all the episodes before. What's your favorite episode from his first season?
Oh, Girl in the Fireplace. I go straight to Girl in the Fireplace.
I was gonna say the same thing, which we already knew. We agree on this.
Yep.
That is maybe our favorite episode.
A favorite. So I mean, that one's really got to stand out to be able to say that's my favorite one.
Oh yeah, it's if you don't count the 2 and 3 parters as a whole episode. If you count 2 and 3 parts as whole episodes, then there's the 50th anniversary and other episodes that are better. But just one-off episodes like Girl in the Fireplace it's just a one-off. It doesn't have a part 1 or part 2. It's just a one-off episode. God, that episode's so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
for many reasons.
Oh yeah, it's I don't know. That episode's hard to explain just why you love it so much. But if you're a Who fan and you watch that episode, you're gonna love it.
Almost every minute of it is what makes it the best. It stands out above, and like I said, that's hard to say in that particular season because there's so many good ones.
Yeah, the 2 episodes before it, School Reunion and Tooth and Claw are both amazing episodes.
And School Reunion comes in maybe a close second because you get a throwback. For me, it does because you get a throwback to the classic Who.
Mm-hmm. I see, and this is why it makes it so rough. I think my second favorite would probably be the Idiot's Lantern. I'd
have to take School Reunion over that one, even though that's a really good one too.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason every one of these are so good is because of his interactions with the companions.
Exactly.
In Idiot's Lantern, it's his interactions with Rose. It's almost always with Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Especially during Tennant's run, it's very heavily.
Except for when Sarah Jane pops back up in School Reunion,
which is great because then you got
so funny. I love Mickey's reaction.
Oh yeah. The girlfriend and the ex.
Uh-huh.
So you get that great dialogue there, and just the way that plays out, and then it's just hard to put into words. Like we said yesterday, with Doctor Who, you got the tech and the sci-fi, but you also got the emotion and the feel, and just drama.
Oh yeah, the end.
The interaction is just the writing was great during those seasons.
Oh, it was you had, and back to like 2-parters. You had the Impossible Planet and Satan Pit. Great 2-parter episode. Now, oh dang it! Now you did have Love and Monsters. not one of the best episodes.
Man, it's a great standalone comical episode. It's not to be taken too seriously.
No.
I'm sure that's how it had to have been written.
The ending is great, but that's because that's when the Doctor actually shows up.
He's
not in 90% of the episode.
Well, and if you look at the seasons, there's several of those that are what they call Doctor Light episodes because the Doctor himself's not in it much. But that's one that he's not in it a whole lot.
Oh, that's for sure. And even when he shows up at the end, it's not him that makes the episode good. It's Rose. When she shows up and just starts berating the main character from the episode, like, you upset my mother. I said that very American. She didn't say it nothing like that. But yeah, that was great. Fear Her. You didn't like Fear Her?
It's not that I didn't like it. It's just one of the slower ones.
Maybe it's just because I love the Olympics, but I like the
I
episode.
love that scene.
I love the episode just because of the Olympics. And it's like, the Doctor at the end carrying the torch.
Yeah. So, I mean, it tied in with what was happening at the time.
Then at the end when Rose goes, well, tell me what we do good in. And the doctor's like, well, Papua New Guinea shocks the world in shot put. I'm sorry to tell you, at the 2012 Olympics, Papua New Guinea did not shock the world. So, Doctor, you were wrong. You were thinking of a different Olympics.
Well, it's also a running theme through it and the doctor will tell you, the doctor lies.
Oh, yeah. That's a big thing in Matt Smith's run.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing in Matt Smith's run.
Yeah. So, yeah, the doctor lies.
Yeah. And at the end of David Tennant's first season as a doctor, you had Doomsday. God, that episode's...
Is that where we part ways with Rose?
Yes, it is.
You want that's a running theme too. Is companions come and companions go.
Especially with Tennant.
Some come back and some don't. I won't spoil anything for anyone, but don't get too attached to any one companion. You don't know how long you're going to have them.
Yeah. Sometimes you only have them for one episode.
And sometimes traveling with the doctor can be dangerous.
Yep. Well, you say sometimes. It's always dangerous.
Almost always, yeah.
I mean, if you just look at where the companions were when they first met the doctor and where their life was after the doctor, it's almost always worse off.
It changes. What would you say? It changes.
It definitely changes. Some of them it
changes you forever,
very badly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But like I say, some go and some stay around for a while. Some go quickly. They all go eventually. And this was the end of Rose's
run
tenure with the doctor.
Great companion. Probably, yeah, I mean, ain't no problem. She is my favorite companion.
Some of the best emotional scenes happen between Tennant and Rose's character.
Some of the best. There's some really...
Yeah, well, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say there's some really good ones between Matt Smith and Matt Smith's doctor and Clara. Then they only
Matt Smith's character and Amy.
Yeah, I mean, theirs was like they had a really great chemistry, but I never really got the same feel that I got with Rose and Tennant and Clara and Matt Smith.
True.
That's why I was so hard on Clara when Matt Smith turned into Peter Capaldi.
But I'd say for at least the foreseeable future, at the end of Doomsday, we're parting ways with Rose, and won't spoil too much, but we move on to...
don't spoil too much, but we're going to get to it probably within this episode of the podcast, but Rose, at the end of Doomsday, Rose is kind of left, and you feel bad for her. They do right by Rose.
They do, but it's weird.
Oh, it's definitely weird. It is very weird, but I mean, she sort of gets what she wants, not totally. But then you go on to the Christmas special for 06, The Runaway Bride. That's when you first get to meet Donna.
Didn't we lose somebody in between there?
No. You got to remember, Donna shows up a season before she actually becomes the companion. Do you not remember that?
Okay, I thought maybe you were doing what everyone does and forgetting.
No. The Runaway Bride is the Christmas special for 06, right after Doomsday. Well, I say right after Doomsday. It's the Christmas special for 06. That's when we get our first glimpse at Donna, but she doesn't stay yet.
Okay, yeah. Because
remember, you got to have this so that after Martha's season, you can have Donna come looking for the doctor because she just that one time she's with the doctor, she can't get over it.
Which happens to a lot of people. Crossing paths with the doctor. Sometimes just crossing paths with the doctor changes people.
Oh yeah. Well, as we'll probably get to either in this episode or the next one with some of the would-be companions later on in the Tennant run. The thief is what I'm mainly talking about. But we'll get there.
But, I thought maybe you were doing what a lot of people do and forgetting poor Martha.
Oh, no, you can't forget Martha.
Poor Martha just gets kind of pushed to the side.
She does. I feel so bad for that. Like, because she does really good. And just in the context of the show, like, in the Who universe. Like, she's only with the Doctor for a very short period of time,
Mm-hmm.
but yet she cares for him so much that at the end of her season as a companion, because she only gets one, she literally the whole that episode. What's the name of the episode? Last of the Time Lords. The Sound of the Drums and Last of the Time Lords.
Mm-hmm.
She literally treks the whole world telling the story of the Doctor. Like, it's pretty good for somebody who knows that the Doctor doesn't have any feelings for her at all. Cares for her, but doesn't have any real feelings for her at all. So, yeah,
No,
Martha gets put in a bad spot from the start.
Yeah, the Doctor's not quite got over Rose at this point.
No, this is directly after Rose. Yeah, she's...
But, yeah, Martha's one of my... Not my favorite. She's definitely a fun character. One of my favorite
she's
characters. Great. And I really like Freema Agyeman, the actress who plays her.
Mm-hmm.
Who, coincidentally, first showed up in Doctor Who, not as Martha, but as another character.
Who she references later on as her cousin.
In the
episode,
Age of Steel?
No, it's in the episode before Doomsday. She's one of the workers at the
Rise of the Cybermen?
No, that's the same thing. That's just part one. You just named off a part 1, part 2 episode. No, she shows up at the part 1 for Doom Army of Ghosts.
Army of Ghosts. Okay.
That's part 1 of it, and Doomsday are part 1, part 2. Season finale sort of deal. And she's in that one. And then, like I said, when she actually shows up as the Doctor, when you get that first episode, Smith and Jones, which is just great naming, by the way. When you first get that, and they're on the hospital on the moon, and she mentions, that her cousin, worked at Canary Wharf, because that's where the whole battle went down at Doomsday, and, she never come home. It's like, yeah, she worked there all right. That was you.
Mm-hmm. And you'll see that a lot throughout.
Oh, yeah.
You see a lot of actors play more than one role in Doctor Who.
Well, you see Peter Capaldi. He plays in an episode of Doctor Who before he's the Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, with which they done it with Donna, but Donna is in the 06 Christmas special, but then doesn't become the companion until 2008, or end of 07, into 2008. So yeah. But Martha's time as a companion, pretty good. She had some really good episodes as well. That's the easiest way when you're talking about Tennant's run. The easiest way, you either go by Tennant season 1, 2, and 3, or you go by Tennant and Rose, Tennant and Martha, Tennant and Donna. Because that's just the easiest way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So
probably one of my favorite episodes during the Martha run, Shakespeare Code.
I was waiting for you to say it. That's her best episode. That's the best episode she's in.
Yeah, definitely Shakespeare Code.
That episode is great.
Needless to say, with a title like that, they go back into Victorian England, I guess. No, well, whatever
Whenever William Shakespeare was around. It's that simple.
Is that Victoria? I don't know.
I don't know the different.
But during Shakespeare's time, they actually meet William Shakespeare. It's a big part of what the.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Forgot to turn that alarm off.
Hello. I don't know where we were.
Yeah, we had to pause there for a second. But no, with the Shakespeare Code, it's William Shakespeare. They go back in time. They meet William Shakespeare. He has a thing for Martha, of course. Who doesn't? But
Point.
They end up having to take on some witches or witch-like creatures,
which harkens back to the Time War again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a running theme throughout Tennant's.
Oh yeah, he runs into
references
so
back to
many.
The Time War.
I guess you could say creatures or races of people that were affected by the Time War and the Time Lords and the Daleks. That when they see a Time Lord, they're just like, oh no, brings up bad memories.
Yeah, basically humans didn't know anything about the Time War because we're not advanced enough.
Right.
Only the more advanced species had any idea that the Time War was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And for some of them, it destroyed them. Or destroyed their worlds, and anyway, that's a running theme throughout Tennant's whole run is references back to the Time War.
Yeah.
So you had the race of witches. Excuse me.
Yeah. That's when you had the when they're trying to figure out what to say, and good
yeah, 'cause
old
words are, how is it they put it? Humans set their science around numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's right.
Ones
Yeah.
and zeros. That developed our science and our technology. Not every race went that way. Some developed their science on words.
Yep.
And words had power.
Yeah.
Which, was mistaken as magic.
And like the doctor says in that episode, magic is just a form of science that you don't understand.
So therefore it's magic.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Oh, yeah. There's plenty of things that we do nowadays just as our everyday thing that, if you went back in time to like the 1700s and did it, they would say it's
magic.
witchcraft.
Yeah, witchcraft.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, the power of words is big with the witches. That's the science that they developed.
Oh, yeah.
Spells, basically.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically what it was, which is why I love, the whole good old JK.
Searching for that magic word at the end of that episode to set the witches back to their realm.
Mm-hmm.
And now this is just jumping on the Harry Potter wagon for a minute. This is before Book 7 was released.
Yeah, Book 7 came out in 2007. So actually, this is right around the same time, but just before.
So the Doctor makes a reference to Book 7 during that episode. Wait till you basically. Martha has to whip up a word. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to let you do it.
No. Martha has to whip up a word at the end that will send the witches back to their realm and seal them up. So she whips one out of the Harry Potter book and screams Expelliarmus.
Yep.
And that's when Tennant says, good old J.K. Says, wait till Book 7.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, time traveler, he already read them all.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He knew,
You didn't have, like I said, you didn't have long to wait either. Which, technically, they was filming that, and he was saying that probably in late 06.
Yeah.
But when the episode aired, it was in 07.
So the book had not come out yet.
The book was getting ready to come out, but hadn't come out yet, So
a little nod to J.K. Rowling during that episode.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to make a nod to one of the greatest British authors of all time.
Point.
But from there, you went on to Gridlock. That was a good episode. That's when
the worst ones are still good.
Oh, yeah.
I can't think of a single episode of Doctor Who, especially in Tennant's run, I can't think of some in Doctor Who now but let's stick on Tennant's run. I can't think of any that I'd go, I just don't want to watch that again.
Yeah, when it comes to Tennant and Matt Smith, there's very few that are bad. You get some boring ones, but not really some bad ones with Tennant and Matt Smith.
Even Love and Monsters is like to say, it's just comedy.
Yeah.
It's just played for. That's the dumbest episode that I've seen.
Oh, by far. I mean, you get Moaning Myrtle in it. Of course, she dies because Moaning Myrtle always
really?
dies. Did she really die in Harry Potter? I mean,
That's what I'm saying. Does she really die though?
It's like
she's still there in a form or.
Two different huge British franchises, and this same actress is playing somebody that has no body.
Good point.
Man, she must be like, how do I get stuck in these roles?
The Voice?
Yeah, it's basically that.
I think it's The Voice. But like I said, at the worst, Tennant's still very, very rewatchable.
Oh, very much. Very much. More episodes from Martha's Run that are pretty good. You had the Lazarus Experiment.
Good, but again, not one of the best, but still good.
I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty good.
Okay. It was okay.
42.
I like that one.
See, we just swapped. I found that one a little boring.
A lot of people do. I've read a bunch of reviews on it. A lot of people find that one boring. I liked it.
It wouldn't, like I said, it was better than Love and Monsters, but it was slightly boring. Then Human Nature and Family Blood. The Family of Blood.
No, those are some of them.
Two
again,
episodes are great.
It's hard to pin down. Well, except for Girl in the Fireplace, that's absolutely my favorite. And then those two episodes together, yeah, very high up on the list.
Oh, it's great because I mean, when you first go into Human Nature, you're watching, going, what is happening? Why is the Doctor human?
That's the episode where you find out that a Time Lord can disguise himself too.
Right.
You never know that until that point.
He literally disguises himself from himself and basically everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Except for if he's got a companion that, knows. Because, yeah, he basically locks away all his Time Lord essence into a pocket watch. And as long as, he doesn't open that pocket watch, he's a human being. He doesn't know anything about his past.
Ages like a human?
Yeah. Clearly, becomes basically a human, falls in love with a human woman, which is not new for the Doctor. But, yeah. And like I said, that's when you meet the family of blood and you get to
that's
see
a
the
running
Doctor's
theme through all the Tennant's episodes, too.
What?
He's like this space Romeo, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's Rose. It's Martha. It's
not Donna.
No, Donna's more like his buddy.
Donna is basically his best friend. That's exactly what Donna is to him. They're like best friends.
Donna's the one that smacks him around, keeps him in line.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah. You get to meet the family of blood, and you get to see the dark side of the Doctor. Because, he punishes them for what they made him lose.
Yeah, no, that's like you said. You get to see the dark side of the Doctor. You definitely get to see another instance of when he can be very dark.
Oh yeah. Then you move on to another great one-off episode, Blink. Although it's not really a one-off, it introduces you to characters you'll see.
That introduces you to the Weeping Angels, which play a big part of the rest of the whole series. And I'm sure they'll show up again. You don't care for the Weeping Angels?
I mean, I like the character, but you know what they end up doing.
Oh, point
to Clara, not Clara, but Amy. No. Amy. Yeah, but yeah.
Well, you find out about the Weeping Angels, which, like I say, play a big part of the rest of the series, and I'm sure they'll show up again in the newer ones. Maybe the new writing might go towards some new villains that we haven't even seen yet, and I'm sure there'll be some. But the old ones always seem to show back up again, like the Daleks. You never see the end of the Daleks. As long as there's a Doctor, there'll be a Dalek.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was saying yesterday.
It's like good and evil, man. That's what they are. There's the good and the evil of the universe is the Doctor and the Daleks. And there may be a little reason why they're so tied in to each other that you'll see later on.
Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, I love that episode, Blink. It's great. Yeah, and then after Blink, you had Utopia. That's when Captain Jack comes back.
Is it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That ties in with Torchwood. A show I'd highly recommend. I think I have before.
That's also when you meet the Master. Although you don't know he's the Master at that time. So
now the Master is for anybody who doesn't know, is a frenemy. Would that be the way to describe him?
Basically, yeah.
Frenemy of the Doctors. From their childhood, he was also a Time Lord. Throughout the Doctor's history, he's always been at odds with the Master. But you meet the Master again, like you say, you don't know it's the Master. Yeah. Oh, and that leads later into the Toglophage, which I thought was a really cool. You call him a villain, really? Surprise.
I mean, they're not villains because they're just like the Earthlings from the end of the
but I mean basically their humanity is gone.
Oh yeah, they're a lot like the Cybermen.
Yeah,
where most of humanity's been taken out of them.
Mm-hmm. They're what's left out of humanity when humanity found a way to survive the end of basically the universe.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it would take weeks upon weeks to break down everything as far as the characters go.
Oh yeah.
But and you know, they come and they go. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, you see, we're at the same time we went yesterday, and we haven't even got to Donna yet.
Mm-mm.
Which is why I said, when it comes to like Tennant and even Matt Smith, it's gonna take more than a 40-minute episode to get to all the good stuff. Which we're just hitting the highlights because we're just again leading up to the new season of Who.
Mm.
So
we'll see. Where do we leave? Where do we part ways with Martha at? We're past the Shakespeare Code.
Well, like I said, we got the Utopia, and Utopia, this is a big three-parter for like the Martha season finale. It's Utopia, which leads into the Sound of Drums. That's when you find out he's the master. He's in the future now, and that leads to the last of the Time Lords.
Aha.
Well, like I was saying earlier, that's when Martha goes on her trek because the Doctor's been captured by the master, and he's been aged up to he's like 5 million years old or something. And Martha's going around, because the Doctor whispers something into Martha's ear. And the Master doesn't know what he whispered to her. And she basically just goes and tells the world his story. And gets the whole world to, basically think about the Doctor all at the same time. And somehow or another that gives him all his power back or something.
Yeah, the writing got weird then.
It was very like, what are we doing here? I mean, it worked, so it's fine. But
I think at the time they were writing it, they must have been burning one.
Good possibility.
I'd have to look back and see who wrote those particular episodes.
If you give me a second, I can tell you.
Because neither one of those really seemed Moffat and Davies, really. Now, I might be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
They seem slightly don't they just seem slightly different?
Oh,
different take?
They definitely do, so. Alrighty, it is loading. I mean, I probably could have literally Googled it quicker, but since I already had the episode pulled up, I just clicked on the episode. Russell T. Davies.
Really?
Russell T. Davies all by himself.
Well, I mean, like I said, the writing gets a little weird there.
Yeah.
The Doctor's like 1 million and something years old, and the power of everyone thinking about him makes it gets a little strange, but then that's Doctor Who. Sometimes it gets weird.
Oh, yeah.
Love and Monsters is a great example of that when it gets a little weird.
It's how it is with the Doctor. Things are not always as they seem, and they get a little weird sometimes.
So let's see. We've got Martha roaming the Earth, telling the Doctor's story.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting pretty close to the end of David Tennant's run on this. No.
No. Good
No,
God.
we still got Donna coming up.
Yeah.
Turn left.
Like I said, Tennant had a good run.
I was gonna say, you're talking 3 seasons with Tennant.
Yeah,
so.
and they're all so good that they said, at the last of the Time Lords, that's when you get to, at the end of it, that's when Martha basically tells them, I'm not going to do this anymore. Like, I'm not following you around,
Because basically she's fallen in love with the Doctor.
She has.
And the Doctor is not in love with Martha.
No. So they part ways.
Hmm.
And that's when you get the 2007 Christmas special, Voyage of the Damned.
With a great one-off episode.
It's a great one-off, and that's when you get another. That's when you kind of get the first introduction into a would-be companion that's not. That's when you meet. What's the girl's name on there?
Ingrid.
Yeah, I think it's Ingrid. It's something like that.
Anyway, you'll run into a lot of brief companions who cross paths with the Doctor, and
Yeah,
it's not always a good ending.
Things didn't work out for her.
The Doctor's lost a lot of people.
Yeah.
You also, in that one, meet one of my favorite companions. Could you call Wilf a companion? He never really travels with the Doctor.
Oh, you get to see him when they report down from the spaceship.
Right.
I completely forgot about that.
Right. He's in the newspaper stand.
He's one of those. Well, I would say he's a companion of a companion, but when you get near the end of Tennant's run, well, at the end of Tennant's run, Wilf actually travels with the Doctor to save the world. So I guess he's a companion. Yeah.
He's another person who crossed paths with the Doctor and whose life was never the same again.
No, but it actually didn't get worse for him. It got worse for the Doctor.
Well,
It got worse for the Doctor meeting Wilf. You don't get to say that a lot.
Not very often. No. But Wilf was great. I loved every scene Wilf was ever in.
We'll definitely talk about Wilf more tomorrow when we talk about the end of Tennant's run and Donna, the Dr. Donna.
Which, like you said, we may have to pick that one up on a second part because there's just so much Tennant to cover.
Well, like I said, we'll pick that up tomorrow. Then we'll go on to Matt Smith, and
maybe even
Matt. Well, I mean, tomorrow's just Thursday, so we've always got more Tennant and Matt Smith tomorrow, and then just Matt Smith on Friday, and that should have everybody caught up because we ain't gonna touch Capaldi.
You throw Capaldi under the bus like there's nothing there.
I don't like Capaldi the way you don't like. As you call it, the abomination. I
seriously doubt you don't like Capaldi as much as I don't like Jodie Whittaker.
I know I don't, because I don't hate anything as much as you hate a lot of stuff. But Tennant is, not Tennant, good God. Capaldi is by far my least favorite Doctor. It's not his fault. I'm not blaming Peter Capaldi, the actor. The writing, oh God, no. I did not like the way they had him portray the Doctor. I didn't like the way he portrayed the Doctor.
There's almost this little block in the middle of his run that's good.
He's got one.
But it doesn't last very long.
He's got 2 good episodes. 2. He's got the episode, I can't even think what it's called, where he comes riding in on the tank, playing a guitar.
Yeah.
That's great. I'll give him that. And then his second to last episode, which is not really his episode. It is my favorite character's episode.
Clara.
No, not Clara. Clara's gone at that point. He's done got Clara killed because stupid. Who's my favorite character in Doctor Who, period?
I thought it was Clara.
No. She's not even my favorite companion. She's my second favorite companion behind Rose.
Okay, you've lost me.
Matt Smith's my favorite Doctor,
right,
but he's not my favorite character. Rose is my favorite companion. She's not my favorite character. You know my favorite character. I got the same favorite. I think you said the same favorite. Liv's favorite character. As well. River Song. But anyway, yeah, the Husbands of River Song. That's his second to last episode, Capaldi's, and I love that episode.
River's, it's not one of my.
We'll talk about her more when we get to Matt Smith. And yeah, but I believe we're going to have to call it for today. These episodes are supposed to be short and sweet. This one was a little longer than yesterday's, which was to be expected. It's Tennant. He's got a lot more content. 3 episodes
versus one of Eccleston's runs, so there's a lot more to cover.
Oh, yeah. And, one day we may literally break down like a whole episode.
Honestly, Tennant's run may never end.
Yeah, you have a point there.
We'll get to that one later, but
you have a point
he may always be the Doctor.
Yeah, they may continue it on. We'll see. I think they're basing it heavily on how good this new season does with this new Doctor, on whether or not they decide to go anywhere with Tennant.
Well, they left themselves an escape ramp, didn't they?
That's exactly what they did. They were like, we need a parachute we can pull if something goes wrong. But anyway, that's going to do it for today.
All right.
See ya.